This is Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Wrap up tap. I know that.
A heck of a year up in Nassau County for a number of our local teams, including the pictured Fernandina Beach Pirates. Plenty of Nassau County highlights to go around here on this edition of the Friday Night Blitz. And welcome into week number 5 of the Blitz. We got some great games on tap for you here over this next 30 minutes. And really, we've been at it now for a good 3 hours. Of course, that game started at 7:30, our game of the week of West Nassau and Yulee. We'll have those highlights in just a second, as well as a ton of other games on our Zone Blitz coverage. If you haven't been watching the Zone Blitz on our Action Sports Jack's 24/7 stream or any of our social media channels, well, you've been missing out on Red Zone style coverage, which included a terrific ending of the St. Augustine and Nease game. We'll get to that in a little bit, but as we usually do, let's go ahead and get this thing started with our game of the week.
The Game of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
All right, let's do it, shall we? Yulee Hornets hosting their rivals from Callahan, West Nassau in our game of the week. First quarter, we got a tip drill. Yulee trying to make a play, but it's tipped into the air. Bryson Hodges there for the interception for West Nassau. Well, we move to the second quarter, still scoreless. Trey Vasquez taking it himself to the near side and into the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Yulee Hornets. It was 3-0 before that. That makes it 10-0 for the home team. To the third quarter now, Warriors on the goal line looking to punch it in, but the ball pops out. And this was a trend throughout the evening. A lot of turnovers in the red zone that Yulee would capitalize on. That is a fumble recovery. To the third, later in the third, still 10-0. And how about another pick? This is a nice play by West Nassau's Josh Stafford. Interception for the visitors. Let's go to the fourth. Yulee up 10-0. Warriors in their own end zone, basically, and lose the ball there. Hornets jump on it. Hands in the air. That's a touchdown, and that's an exclamation point on a 17-0 gritty, gutty victory for the home team Yulee Hornets over their rivals from West Nassau. Let's hear from Marcel Robinson and head coach Kyle Doherty after the big win at home.
I'm here with Victoria's head coach Kyle Doherty, affectionately known as KD. All right, now coming into this game, you had 2 undefeated teams. Somebody's had to go.
Yeah.
It wasn't yours. How'd you get it done?
We got it done because of our preparation from January. Our kids bought in. A lot of turmoil last year, a lot of injuries. Had a leadership class that wasn't really ready to lead and was a little bit entitled. But these kids fought through it. They overcame. We redirected what we were doing in the entire offseason, and we came with a plan every single day. This victory was not because of one day tonight. This victory came in January when we bought in exactly what we wanted to do, and that's what came to fruition tonight.
It's funny because if you look at the score, you guys have had a lot of high-scoring games, as have they. 17-0. If you just look at the box score, you might think it was kind of a sloppier game, but you could tell just the emotion. This is exactly the type of game that it was. You guys coming through, fight through, being super physical, exactly the type of football you guys want to play.
Yeah, we like to play physical football. We got a great O-line to follow behind, great tight ends. We got good backs that run hard. That's just one, and our defense is really good in the box. I mean, we saw that tonight. We gave them a lot of fits on the defensive front. Turtle Ricks was unbelievable. I mean, he pressed the center into the quarterback several times. Putting up a goose egg against this football team, they score a lot of football points, but they run the wing tee, and Waylon and Gunner do a great job over there. Like, that thing is well regimented. Those kids execute. They do a phenomenal job coaching it up. Our boys execute our defensive game plan, and that's why we put up a goose egg, because we did our jobs.
Well, you guys keep playing football like that, you're going to win a lot more games, and I appreciate you turning down the bugs for me a little bit tonight.
Yeah, I sprayed that.
Baby. That's a head coach Kyle Doherty, winner of Yulee Hornets tonight over West Nassau. Let's toss it back to you guys.
Yeah, depending on the time of year, the bugs in Yulee, no joke. You got to bring toughness to Yulee now.
Marcel was anticipating it. He was anticipating that might happen, so I'm sure he was the happiest guy at the field tonight. And that's week 5. West Nassau at Yulee here in our game of the week schedule. All in-county matchups this year. That's the theme that we have going.
By the way, it was a good 17-0's a little misleading.
It is. I mean, that was a late touchdown. It was 10-0 all the way until that late defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and West Nassau had the ball on the doorstep 3 times. So big plays by Yulee to win that game.
Big defensive plays for the Hornets. Next week, the city championship.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard of it, Brunswick and Glen Academy, kind of think about like Florida, Georgia, right? Half the stadium blue, half the stadium red. Well, they do that for sure up there in Glen County, and that's going to be our game of the week at 7:30 next week.
I thought Noah was losing his mind during the Yulee West Nassau game. Wait until he sees next week. Battle of Undefeateds as Santa Fe makes a trip to Fernandina Beach as we stay up there. Raiders get on the board first, but the Pirates drive down the field, and Fred Jones plows into the end zone and give the home team a 7-6 lead late in the first quarter. Santa Fe took a 13-7 lead. Big play for the Fernandina Beach defense. Beckham Rowe comes up with the interception, and he flips the field on a big return to the Raiders' 20-yard line. Had some friends in front of him, didn't he? Fernandina in a good position. Okay, touchdown saving tackle there. Good position to take the lead. They do just that. Fred again. Short distance, that was easy. Second rushing touchdown of the night. Fernandina up 14-13 midway through the first half, but Pirates drop their first of the year, 37-27 in a shootout.
How about IMG in town to meet the Mandarin Mustangs? Not really a fair fight anytime IMG plays against an actual real school. Already 28-0 for the visitors at this point. And how about Knox Annis? He finds Tion Weish. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's related to Tiant Weish, who graduated 2 years ago.
That was former Blitz Player of the Year.
That's right.
It's his brother?
That's right. I cannot imagine Tion and Tiant Weish are not related.
By the way, the Jags players were there too.
Yeah, you saw them checking it out, but it was, This is why this team goes around the country and plays other all-star teams.
Because they have players from all around the country.
Because it's not a high school, not an actual high school.
Look at that.
Trying to let you know, it's not a real school.
Yeah, must be fun. Now over to Atlantic Coast, hosting Andrew Jackson. And let's get ready to play some football. First quarter action, Rocco Manego launches one deep to Jabari McMillan. Snags it, and that's a touchdown. Look at him go. Nothing in terms of friction in front of him. 7-0 later on in the second quarter. Manego launches it again. This time it's Ethan Redding coming down with it for the score, and that made it 21-0. Bombs away in this game for Atlantic Coast. Some explosive plays. And a couple plays later, the quarterback says, I'll just keep myself this time. I got this, fellas. He makes it 27-0. 33-6 was the final. Action Sports Shacks. Jason Hamby was there.
All right, Coach, dominant win tonight. What'd you love from your team?
Being consistent and execution. Guys listening to the coaches and doing what the coaches asked. And we had a good showing.
Tell me about your quarterback, Rocco Monaco, 4 total touchdowns in the first half alone. What did you like from him, spreading the ball all over the field?
Yeah, he's doing a great job seeing what we're seeing, and then him adding a little sprinkle of what he do and just making the throws and understanding the situations and playing pretty clean football. That's really good for him.
Dominant win. Now you got a bye week. How can this win kind of propel you for the rest of the season?
It shows our kids if we execute what we're practicing, we'll be pretty good.
Appreciate it, Coach. Congrats on the win.
All right,
thank you. All right, guys, that's it from Atlantic Coast, 33-6. The Stingrays your winner. That's it for now. I'm Jason Hamby, Action Sports Jacks.
All right, appreciate that, Hambone. Let's go over to Nease, shall we? The Panthers taking on visiting St. Augustine. This game was awesome last year. Hey, guess what? It was awesome this year. Second quarter, Yellow Jackets down 10-7. Brenton James throwing it up. Guess who? Samarian Wingo comes down with it. Jackets take the lead 14-10. We go to the third quarter. How about the trickery? The backwards pass to Tyshawn Ford. He throws a forward pass to Braden Felder. All alone and into the end zone. Panthers retake the lead 17-14. Back and forth. Third quarter, Jackets in the red zone. James to Wingo, but
I don't think that was Wingo.
That's not Wingo. That's an interception, it looks like.
Yeah, that's Cash. Calgo. Cash. Big play.
Big play there for the Nease defense. This is James to Wingo.
Yes.
That's the touchdown we just mentioned there. Into the end zone. So that's 21-17 to the fourth now. Again, Trendell Anderson. And they're going to say he's in, punches it in, That's your touchdown. That's your game winner. 28-24 as the Jackets make a defensive stand late on Nease and get the win for Brian Braddock and St. Augustine.
It was stressful. It was a great game. Hats off to Coach Drafts and Nease. They have an outstanding football team, and it took everything we had to hold on. And I just think it was a really great football game, and I'm really proud of our kids. Sometimes we're our own worst enemy, but I don't think anybody can say that our kids haven't proven now this season that we can find a way.
They've beaten Bolles and now Nease, and impressive on the road.
Yeah, no doubt. How about Impact Christian? 3-0 hosting University Christian. Lions with the ball, but defense swarming for UC. Jadarius Thomas corrals the QB. Zion Davis knocks it free. Visitors recover. They hand it to Donovan Moss. He'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown Christians, who were called the Fighting Knights for like the first quarter for the PA. They eventually got it. They got there eventually. Lions look to answer. Big chunk here. Andrew Wright Jr. to Rashawn Clark. Huge pickup. Into the red zone they go. But this is what you can't do in the red zone. Interception. It's Amari Mack with the pick for UC. And at last check in the fourth, University Christian up big 42-8 on Impact Christian.
All right, now over to Ribault hosting Riverside. And watch the faces of these cheerleaders. That was after the extra point. It was not good. Oh. First drive, Riverside looking to start fast, but instead it's Kewan Smith with the pick, and Ribault starts fast. Heck of a defensive play, and they're set up in good spots. Samari Limehouse Gillis punches it in, gets Ribault on the board. Yeah, the official says it is good, and that's a touchdown. Later in the first quarter, Ribault with the ball again. Limehouse Gillis, watch this. This is the last play of the first quarter. Fourth down play. They just throw it up for grabs. Breon Bethea points it like a Hail Mary for the touchdown. He played at Riverside last year, so this game was meaningful to him. He had a one-handed pick earlier as well. But guess what? Riverside comes back. 21-20. They were down 12-0, and they beat Ribault.
We got an early kickoff over at Jack Taylor Stadium for a rivalry game. Battle of the ditch here, Sandalwood and Fletcher. Early first quarter, Jamiri Jennings, he's going to find a gap, and good luck stopping him. Oh, they finally got to him. That's a big man to take down right there. They would score a couple plays later. Early second, it's 7-0. Cruz James Badgick finding Joshua Jones. Nice touchdown there.
I like the receivers for Fletcher. They're good.
They've got some talented guys over there at the beach. 14-0 late second. It's 21. How about we do it again? Badgick to Jones, 28-zip. They'd go on to win 35-0. The Fletcher Senators get the job done over their rivals from Sandalwood.
Well, how about that? Some big games here in Nease. St. Augustine really turns into one of the great games of the night.
Yeah.
Some big plays in that football game, and we'll see where both teams go from here. We've got more, including Bolles and Oakleaf, speaking of big games.
Yeah, and we'll head north of the border, Camden County, undefeated, facing an undefeated team from South Florida. That's coming up next.
We're the Yulee Hornets, and you're watching the Friday Night Blitz.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models, or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, and most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade. If you need a quality play this football season at your home, call That One Painter First Coast. Locally owned and operated, experienced employees, no builder grade materials. And there's more, and for that we throw it to Noah Schlicksup. That One Painter First Coast can apparently help your kicking game too.
Well, after my failure on skinny sticks last year on Creekside game day, I've spent a lot of time out here at Creekside practicing my kicks. There's only one issue. How is that even possible? The good news is I know exactly who can help. That One Painter can handle all your painting needs, from field goal posts to cabinets to stucco. They got you covered. Though they may not be able to help with my kicking, they can certainly help with the posts. Call That One Painter First Coast today for all your painting needs at 904-495-1373.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
The Coach of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
I tell you what, I think Kyle Dorn would be a fun guy to play for, don't you? He's done a great job with the program now, handful of years, and they get our game of the week. He's our coach of the week with a win over West Nassau in that rivalry. What a clash that is. Good football game up there tonight, 17-0 win for the Hornets. Welcome back to the Blitz. More fantastic matchups to get to, including the Bolles Bulldogs off a commanding win at BK last week, taking on undefeated Oakleaf tonight.
Yeah, Coach Foy has worked hard to schedule hard. He's had some really good games. They just beat Hawthorne last week. They have a stacked district schedule coming up. Well, tonight, a good chance to learn against a really good Bolles team. Oakleaf Knights taking on the Bulldogs. And how about a little bit of trickery from Bolles? We love trickery on the show.
Yeah, we do.
As much as possible. It's Naeem Burrows taking that handoff and passing. Camden pulls it in 21-6. So not only can Burrows catch it for touchdowns, the Clemson commit, he can throw it too. 24-0 Bulldogs when Jaden Weatherly throws to Burrows, 24-6, excuse me. That makes it 31-6. So yeah, like I said, he can catch it and he can throw it. Later on, Knights trying to make something happen in this one. How about Jack McKissick scrambling, loses the football. Asher Gitto recovers, and he's going to take it in for a Bulldog touchdown. Gitto, a top 10 ranked player in the class of 2028, by the way. All Bolles, they go on to win 38-6. Here is Olivia Tasley.
All right, Olivia Tasley here with another win for Coach Toblin here at Oakleaf High School this time. Coach, it took all three phases. Your defense kept them to 6 points. Let's talk about that first and foremost. How good was your defense tonight?
They were unbelievable, and that's a really good offense that scores a lot of points, and that I'm really proud of the secondary, but more important, like the defensive line. And like in any level of football, it comes down to pressure, and that our guys won up front and did an unbelievable job and made their life difficult, and that really proud of the effort that they were playing with down in, down out.
And they also sealed the deal with that last fumble recovery at the end to get you up to 38 points. How fun is that to end it on that note?
No, it is, and like that's, that is, it's difficult because we have a lot of respect for Oakleaf, and like in our mind, hey, look, the game's over, let's just, and then that happens, and obviously we're excited, for our guys, and they're out there playing hard and making plays, and that's one of our mantras. Like the scoreboard doesn't dictate how we play. Like we'd be up by 100, we'd be down by 100, like we only play one way. Yeah. And so those guys out there doing that, like I'm super excited for them.
Thank you, Coach. Enjoy the win tonight.
Thank you very much.
Have a good rest of your night.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Olivia Tasley, that's Coach Toblin right there. He'll head to the bus with another win under his belt.
Yeah, it seems like St. Augustine loss woke them up a bit. They've been playing really well. Over to Camden County we go. The Wildcats take on Royal Palm Beach. Second quarter, Camden up 7-0. David Coleman Jr. in the Wildcat takes it 25 yards to the house for the Wildcats.
The Wildcat scored in the Wildcat against the
14
Wildcats.
Nothing.
Okay.
Late in the second, Camden up 16-0 because of a safety. William Jackson heaves one up to Coleman Jr. And watch this now. Just weaves through traffic. Thought this guy was going to catch him right there. Bad angle. See it. 83 yards. Camden up 23-0. early in the third. Julian Daly. It's his turn now. And that's just right up the gut. Yeah. That's the easy stuff. Wildcats up 30-0. Later in the third, William Jackson would find Trenton Hamilton, and Camden County is rolling.
They're having
some fun. They should be having fun. They're playing really good football at the outset of the year. 37-20 was the final. It really wasn't that close. Travis Rowland after the game as his Cats stay unbeaten.
Man, we play well. Honestly, our starting defense got a shutout tonight, and that's the biggest part for us. All the guys that rotate in, I think we play about 16 guys on defense, and those guys play shutout football for the entire time they were out there all the way through the fourth quarter. So beyond proud of those dudes, because that was the thing last year where we couldn't really get stops like we needed to, and everybody was able to score on us and do whatever. And this year, the last few weeks, we've been able to play really good defense and offensively. Same thing, play turn-free football. The only 2 times we got stopped tonight, 3 times I think we turned it over. And so as long as we continue not to do that, we'll be okay.
Shout out to our fans of the week at Middleburg, Construction and Neon Week. Neon Week.
That's a popular one.
Neon,
Construction Week.
It's an easy one. Yeah, construction, maybe that's just where you get the bright colors. How about it? Undefeated Broncos taking on an in-county foe in the Ridgeview Panthers. And second snap of the game. So, backflip over there. Gino Addison taking the handoff, and he's taking it all the way. Gets behind the defense, and he is gone. 7-0 Broncos. Panthers, they got on board with a field goal, so that makes it 7-3 at this point. Mason Backus dropping back and looking left. You'll find Jordan Williams. This is a 65-yard scamper. Hey, Broncos pretty good now. They're off to a 5-0 start with the 51-16 victory over Ridgeview.
Thanks for getting those highlights, Weber. Trinity Christian continuing its long series with Columbia out in Lake City. Zachary Green, he plays for Trinity Christian. He plays defense. Whee! That's an interception for number 14. So a good start on the defensive side of things early on. Terry Henry and Jalen Underwood, then they combine for a sack. So Columbia's defense getting after it. Trinity's defense getting after it. Sooner or later, people would score. Xavier Collins to Brandon Lovett, and Columbia's got themselves a touchdown. Then a little bit later, after he gets into the end zone, Columbia in control of this football game. Kyron Caldwell across the middle. Pulls it in. Beautiful throw. Tigers win over Trinity. Trinity 1-4, 27-20.
Fort White playing host to Union County as we stay out there in Columbia County. And the home team from 18 yards out, Xavier Gibson makes the catch, stays on his feet, goes to the far side and into the end zone. 7-0 Fort White. Very next drive, how about an 80-yard touchdown pass? Those are fun. This is Jaden Jackson, your quarterback. And how did he get that away? I mean, this guy, we don't even see the receiver. He's so fast.
If you drove from the station in Union County and I drove to Fort White, who would get to where first?
Union County's closer than Fort White.
Okay.
Yeah. 47-0. Indians get the win.
There you go. Brought to you by MapQuest. Creekside down in Orlando to meet Winter Park. Creekside coming off that big win over Bartram Trail, and the offense starting to click a bit for the Knights. It struggled early on. Jackson Earl and the Wildcat, that's been a popular move into the end zone. He scored 3 times on this night, and here he is for another time. He appeared on the Blitz Breakdown this past Monday night. Takes sole responsibility for his strong performance. That's called a bump. You can watch that show 8 o'clock on Mondays. Winter Park, though, does come back to win 45-29.
Up in Glynn County, Brunswick continues their winning ways as they absolutely dominated Greenbrier. Grant Moore to Wasim Murray. This makes it 7-0. Touchdown for the Pirates. Here's your quarterback. He keeps it. And this is a 70-yard touchdown run. Little cutback. Looking for blockers. Still going. He's got a blocker. He's got a guy right on him, and he still is able to get to the end zone at the last second. 42-0.
Some high school football on Thursday night. Bishop Kenny Beachside, you know it's a big one. Kevin Sullivan is on the sideline in the corner of the former coaches. He'll be on our show tomorrow night. Trailing by 7 at the half. Barracuda's firing after a touchdown call back. Eddie Jordan reloads and launches it to Brennan Monaco. Tie game. They trade touchdowns before the Crusaders go ahead. Gavin Hawkins to Caleb Madison. That's always a good idea. Let number 6 work, and he will get 6. Kenny would lead by 3 late in the fourth. Beachside driving. And at midfield, Maddox Hunstead breaks a tackle, and see you later. Cuda's lead 35-31. We've got under 2 minutes to go. Crusaders actually driving all the way down to the 19. Hawkins trying to make something happen. But on the play, Andrew Cruz, here he comes to make the tackle. Ball jarred loose, and Beachside wins. Jordan throws for over 500 yards. Barracudas get it 35-31.
being down like that at the half and then rallying it back up with the team and the defense doing their thing, getting a big stop in the fourth is just amazing. And that's what it's about, really. It's a team game, and I love my brother, so we play as a team for sure.
Heck of a win down at Menendez. The Falcons hosting Ponte Vedra, and it's a beauty of a battle of the sunsets in the background. Almost made us miss the touchdown here. Kane Vona going deep and finding Jaden Roberts in stride. Touchdown. Falcons, who would trail 7-6 after one. Visiting Sharks answer with a long one of their own. Alex Winkles straight up the gut and gone. All Ponte Vedra from there on the way to a huge in-county win, 48-6.
The Player of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
Well, Beachside won last night, but this is for Maddox Hunstead's performance last week. 8 catches, 150, had another 120 last night, and the Barracudas win over Ponte Vedra, and then they got a win last night over Bishop Kenny.
We're West Nassau Warriors, and you're watching Friday Night Blitz.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com. Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt.
And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m.
A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it. Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Sandalwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
This is Action Sports Jacks Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
You're playing varsity. I got to play middle linebacker with my older brother, so that was pretty cool. He played Mike, I played Will, and that was pretty fun to be able to play back there together, kind of run the show.
That's pretty cool about Danny Strigow. Hopefully it's cool on Sunday when the Jags play Houston. Huge game. Look at the lineup. We've got you covered all day Sunday with Action Sports Jacks.
The Smart Play of the Week is brought to you by the FSCJ Manta Rays.
One of the biggest wins of the week belongs to St. Augustine. And how about this play? Brenton James going up top. Samarian Wingo through a crowd, pulls it in.
How did he get through there?
Big touchdown for Wingo. He gets it done. So do the Jackets. They beat their rivals from Nease.
We showed you just about every play in the Friday Night Zone Blitz of that one. It was fun all the way till 10. Then we've been talking about it ever since. Coming up next, Band of the Week till 11:15, another Friday Night Blitz, and then we'll recap until midnight.
Well, we leave you now with the Band of the Week, Atlantic Coast, the Stingrays performing earlier this evening.